Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Code View and Talk. So today in this video I'm going to solve a very known problem, and the problem is called two-sum problem. So two-sum problem is a well-known problem where you will be given a array of numbers and a target value, and we will have to find two distinct numbers in the array such that when you add those two numbers it should be equal to the target value. So this is the problem statement. Let's break the problem statement and let's understand that how we'll solve this problem step by step and what approach we'll be using to solve this problem. So in my screen you see there is a integer array 2, 7, 11, 15 and a target value which is 9. So two sum problem says that we have to find two elements from the array such that when we add those two elements it should be equal to the target value which is given in this case is 9. So let's see. So definitely there are multiple ways by which we can approach this problem. There is brute force approach which is also a solution, and then there are other approach. Here I'll be using hashing approach to solve this problem. Why not brute force approach? Because brute force approach, you see, it will take time complexity of order of n square and the space complexity of order of 1, which is nothing but constant space complexity, but the time complexity is more, which is order of n square, which is not optimal way of solving this problem. We can reduce the time complexity with some data structure we'll be using with some extra space, and we can bring down the time complexity to order of n from order of n square. So with the help of hashing we'll solve this problem, and the time complexity will be order of n, and since we are taking a hash map to solve this problem, so space complexity of order of n. So what we will do, so we will be taking a hash map, and inside hash map let's take, we have key value pair, right? In the hash map we have a key and value, so we'll be storing element from the array as a key and corresponding index as a value. So for example we have a 2, so we'll store 2 and the corresponding index will be, let's say it is at 0th index. So we'll store similarly all the element into a hash map. So 7 at index 1, 11 at index 2, and so on, 15 on index 3, something like that. So once we have all the element in the hash map, then what we will do, since we have the target value which is here 9, and we know that we have stored the element and corresponding index into the hash map, so we'll iterate the integer array like input array, which is nothing but 2, 7, 11, 15, and we'll check into this hash map. So if the complement is found, it means that we have got that pair which will give the solution of this problem. So we'll keep doing that. Like let's say we'll check. Okay, all right. So since we have stored all the value into the hash map, now we'll check each element from the integer array, and we'll check the complement into the hash map. So let's say for the first time we will get 9, so we'll have that target value is 9, so we'll check 9 minus, which is nothing but target value, and then each element from the input array. So in this case we have 9 minus 2 I'm just taking, so it will be 7, and we will check that this 7 is present in the hash map or not. So yes, this 7 is present in the hash map, so it means that we got that element which will add that to the target value. So let's see, since it is present in the hash map 7, so if we add 7 plus this is the first element 2, if you sum this it will give you the 9. So this is the 2 value which will add into the target value. When we add this 2 value which will be equal to the target value, so we got that solution for the problem. So we'll keep doing for all the element. Once we'll run for all the element, we'll get that answer. So here we got in the first iteration only, but it's not necessary that you will get into the first iteration. So we'll have to keep iterating till the element got over into the input array, and we'll keep checking from the hash map into like we'll keep checking from the hash map. If we get that element into the hash map, we can return the index of the element. So here in this case the index of 2 is 0 and 7, the index of 7 we are storing index value as a value in the hash map, so index is 1, so it will be 0 comma 1. So the element at 0 comma 1 will add to the target value. So if we see in the element input array 0 1 2 3, so we got that 0 comma 1 which is nothing but value at 0 is 2 and value at 1 is 7, which is when we add these two value we get 9, which is equal to the target value. So this is how we'll solve using the hash map. I hope that I was able to help you to understand. If you don't understand anything, let me know in the comment section. Now let's move to the implementation part of the problem, like how we'll implement this into the Java. So let me go to the IntelliJ. So guys, here I have already written code, so that video is not so longer. I'll just go line by line and I'll help you to understand that how this problem is working, and in the end I'll just execute the problem to get the required output. So you see the same input array which I was discussing in the theory I have taken here, and the target value is 9, and then I have created a to some problem function where I'm passing that target value and the input array, and it will return a result which is of int array. So let's go to the to some problem function which is accepting integer array and the target value, and as I said that I will be using a hash map. So we have just created a hash map of integer comma integer, and then have added each element from the input array into the hash map, and key is the element from the input array and value is the corresponding index. So once we added all the element into the hash map, let's see what we are doing next. So in the next we are just iterating the value from the input element, and we are just calculating the difference from the target to the corresponding element from the array. Like as of now the value of I is 0, so target value is 9 here, so 9 minus 2 which is nothing but 7, so we'll get that 7, and whatever the value we get in each iteration from the input array we are checking into the hash map whether it is whether that key is present or not. If it is present and that index is not equal to the current index which is I, because when we do map.get.complement it will give you the index of this complement element. So these two conditions we are checking. If it is present in the hash map and that is not equal to the I, then we are returning the index of the corresponding iteration which is the nothing but I, and the index from the map. So this will give me the uh, element from the array which will sum to the target value, and else if it is not, then we are returning just null. So let's guys, I'll just execute this. So let's see in the result, you see it is returning 0 comma 1. It is returning the index of the element in the input array which will give the target value. So let's go to the input array and see what is the value at index 0 and index 1. So index 0 the value is 2 and at index 1 the value is 7. So when you sum these two, it should be equal to the target value. So you see 2 plus 7 is 9 and our target value was 9. So this is giving me the correct result. So this is how we'll be solving, I will be writing the code in Java. So this is the implementation of the to sum problem in Java. So I hope guys I was able to make you understand. So if you don't understand, let me know in the comment section.